Before I can talk about Athletic World, I have to talk about the Family Trainer. The Family Trainer is one of the things that pushed me to do this project. The Family Trainer, known in the US as the Power Pad, is a vinyl mat with 12 spots on it for kids to step on and use as a controller. It's kind of transparently a let's get kids to exercise as they play video games thing. The pad itself consists of carbon traces embedded in acrylic. One side has all the wiring, the other side only has these big circles where the pads are. There's some foam in between them, and when you step down on the pad, it compresses that foam, pushing that big circle down so it crosses two of the lines. After 35 years, the acrylic in the Family Trainer is extremely brittle. Basically, if you have a Family Trainer now, don't expect to be able to play games on it. Which is why I built my own. At first I just created an interface board to replace the actual pad. Turns out my Family Trainer also had a bad inverter that failed when it heated up. So I built a new control board too. The thing is, I plugged in my device today and it wasn't working. Obviously it's kind of rickety on a breadboard, so that's not unexpected, but I have to keep moving, so I had to fall back to the good old emergency standby of emulation. Athletic World was the pack-in with the Family Trainer. The game intended to sell you on how great this new peripheral was, and I think it represents it pretty well. It tells you right away that the Family Trainer is a terrible idea. Athletic World consists of 5 courses that you can run using the A side of the Family Trainer mat, and they all have you compete in a race against a turtle. In 4 of the 5 modes, you run along and have to avoid obstacles, while in the final mode, you just cruise down a river. The first option is training, which just lets you select any one of the courses and play it on the easiest level. The second option is beginner. You can enter your name and vital data before playing, but the interface is a mess. A and B cycle through the position, while select picks the character, and start just throws you into the game wherever you are. Beginner mode has you play just 1 lap of all 5 events. The final option is expert, and that's what I recommend that you play on if you're going to play it at all. It adds more obstacles to each course, and if you complete all 5, then there's additional levels that you can go to. The first course is a road race. You just run down the road as fast as you can and jump over any fences that are in your way. I don't think they're actually hurdles. On expert, moles will pop out of the ground and you'll have to step to the right or left to get around them. The second course is another road race. This time as you're running, boars will rush out at you, and you'll have to either jump over them or step around them. This is starting to sound awfully familiar. The third race has you running through a pyramid, and the challenge here is that sometimes you'll encounter slopes that you have to run hard to get up, or you'll just slide back. On expert, there will be bats that fly at you, and you just have to time your running so that you go underneath them. Course 4 is the trickiest one. You have to run over water, but for the logs that are on either side, you have to hop on one leg. It's not just a lane this time. You'll have to sometimes leap over gaps as well. On expert, you'll get frogs that you have to run under, or hop under. The final course is a river raft. No running in this one. Once more, you have to hop over some obstacles, change lanes for others, and this time you have to duck under some things, and that involves just getting down low and putting your hands on the pads in front. On expert, piranha will pop out of the water, and you'll have to duck underneath those. When you finish a course, you get a score based on how far ahead of the turtle you are. That's all there is to Athletic World, though. It's a simple game and very representative of what we're going to see from the Family Trainer series. Most of these games are little more than tech demos. The game's too easy if you don't play it on expert, but I'm not sure the extra animal obstacles actually add anything to the game. It's virtually impossible to dodge the piranha, and I'm not even playing on the mat where I'd have to get low super fast when they appear. There's a lot of situations where I don't see how any player who's actually running could dodge what's happening. When you get bumped, you just get knocked down for a few seconds, and you have to stand in place until you're ready to move again. If you feel like you need to get a run-up, you can move backwards on most of the stages. Even if the family trainer pads weren't fragile and likely to break if you actually try to play the game with them at this point, Athletic World still wouldn't be worth it.